Her name is Celine, and she was born in the Guangdong province of China. This is the beginning of my story. I read a book for a biography project for my senior year of high school, entitled Messages from an Unknown Chinese Mother. There is a law in China called the one-child policy, which limits the amount of children a couple can have. The book tells us the story of how mothers of China deal with having baby girls. Each story is unique yet similar. Each story could be my story. From reading these different stories, I have an understanding of how my biological mother may have felt having to give me up. As Americans, we can hardly fathom what these mothers must endure when they have a baby girl. I am a lyrical personality, which has guided my life and decisions, and kept me positive and motivated even through the many challenges of my life. One thing I know for a fact, I am one lucky girl. I was not killed for being a girl when I was born. How lucky I am, my mom put me in a basket, wrapped me in a blanket, and left me on the front steps of a police station. How lucky I am to be here in America living with my forever family. Though I will never meet my biological parents, I hope they know that I feel like a lucky girl. My story dates back to 1995. That year, my family was dealing with a traumatic loss. My Aunt Colleen was killed by her husband, who then took his own life. It was a shock, and my family struggled with how to move on. During that time, life did move forward. My Aunt Caitlin became pregnant. My Uncle Jim was suffering from a major illness, which kept him hooked up to an IV backpack. My Uncle Mike got engaged, and my mom, Colleen's sister, was in the process of adopting me. As luck would have it, all of these events would be happening about the same time. For the family, they all knew that it would be important for everyone to be at my uncle's wedding. But what if the baby didn't come as early as expected? What if Jim couldn't travel to the wedding because of his illness? What if my mom got the okay to travel to China the same weekend? What if my uncle was missing another sister at his wedding, not just Colleen? Well, Caitlin made sure her baby was born a week before the wedding. 10 days postpartum, Caitlin and the family were traveling to Connecticut for the wedding. Jim could travel too. But my mom was faced with a choice. She was expected to travel to China to get me the same weekend of the wedding. What could she do? Knowing my mom, I can only imagine how this hurt her heart. This is where Colleen enters the story. My mom received word from the Chinese adoption agency that there would be a second group going to China in September, and I would be part of that group. My family believed that was Colleen working her magic to make sure that my mom could be at Mike's wedding and still go to China to make me a Considine. There have been many such stories in the family where things happen that have the fingerprint of Colleen's work. This is what we believe. It gives us great comfort to feel she is still connected to us. When my grandmother was still teaching at Montini, she knew the girls well and could easily select the scholarship winner. Since she retired, she has relied on the girls to tell their stories through their essays. She is very impressed by the maturity, generosity of spirit, and desire to serve others that these essays reveal. In making the decision, she reads each essay several times and then waits to hear something from Colleen. It is just a feeling that comes across. This year's recipient is a young woman who has already decided on her life's journey. She will be attending the University of Illinois, studying speech pathology, so she can reach out to special needs children. So good things continue to happen in Colleen's name. She would like that. This year's Colleen Considine Memorial Scholarship recipient is Mary Long.